All hands, man your battle station.
Broadcasting live on the UnitedWest.org AM radio network and simulcasting on DirecTV, iHeartRadio, Roku, and the World Wide Web, this is Enemies of the State with Tom Trento.
We got a good one for you today. Yes, we do. Survey says, hi, Tom Trento here, Friday, June 12th, 4:06 in the afternoon. And yes, I've been watching unlimited reruns of Family Feud. What a great show. I mean, that is just the pinnacle of Western civilization there with Steve Harvey and his eloquent articulation of the issues in life. But in all seriousness, Billy and Karen Vaughn had their Operation 300 on Family Feud once. Their
did
team,
they really?
Yeah. They were raising money for some deal. Operation 300, by the way, folks, here at Enemies of the State on this beautiful Friday afternoon in South
Friday?
Florida is the 26th. 26th is the dinner in memory of Special Operator Aaron Carson Vaughn, SEAL Team 6. Unique squad that participated, his squad, in the takedown of bin Laden, and less than 90 days later, Aaron was killed. Billy's the dad. Aaron was killed in Extortion 17. We're unraveling that cover-up.
Don't get me
We've
started.
been more and more convinced that Extortion 17 shot down somehow, some way. We're really unclear now how this thing went down, whether it was an inside job with 8 Afghanis on board. But our dear friend Don Brown, who's written the book, Call Sign Extortion 17, the shoot-down of SEAL Team 6, has unraveled and uncovered some serious questions that need answering. Each week we're going to bring you a special expert, a Gold Star dad, one of the dads or moms from SEAL Team 6, Extortion 17, or subject matter expert on it. And we're pushing for a legitimate United States congressional investigation because something stinks.
Legitimate really being the key word there. Legitimate, not the joke of last year.
Yeah.
So on the 26th of this month, Operation 300, that's the Vaughn's, actually their daughter, Tamara's effort to honor her brother by having a nonprofit where money's donated and then the kids of the special operators, dads that have been lost, are brought together in one place for just a fun-filled long weekend of physical activity and spiritual and mental development. So we want you to donate. We'll bring more of that later on. The swim, Aaron Carson Vaughn Memorial Frogman Swim, is Saturday the 27th. If you want to participate, Jensen Beach, Florida, still time for you to work out and get up there. So we got a lot of local stuff going on.
Cool event.
And we know these are serious, SEAL Team 6 guys are serious people. Not far from Jensen Beach, where the swim is the SEAL Museum in Fort Pierce. One of your bucket list things to do, you got to go to the SEAL, UDT, Underwater Demolition Teams /SEAL Museum. Damon, have you been there yet?
No, I've not.
Oh, okay. We got to do a road trip.
Yeah,
it's like an hour from where we are.
Yeah.
Got to go see that. Phenomenal stuff. But today we're going to complete on this Jumpin' Juma Freaky Friday. We're going to complete. Here we go. All right, I hear the spirit moving.
There you go. Yeah. My Sharia girl.
Suhail, he's been under the radar.
Never gonna stop, give it up. Killing infidels, always got it planned. Underhand, whoa!
Clapper,
My Sharia. My Sharia.
You know, Morsi's the Sharia is not much different than the Islamic State, the Sharia.
Yeah.
Funny how
that happens.
How that is.
Yes, one and the same.
And we got another person that we're going to lead off with a little video today, Hassan the Boy Shibli. Hassan is doing all he can to be a Muslim man and take over the reins from Nihad Awad at CARE, Council on American Islamic Relations in Washington. So he is coming up with these creative, wonderful little plans to just show that he is next in line to lead the Muslim Brotherhood in America. But Hassan, we know, somehow we know when you're at meetings with the men, the boy sits down the end and keeps his trap kind of quiet, but that's okay. We're going to show you 3 videos today that we shot in Boston 6 years ago this month. We predicted in these videos that the Islamic Society of Boston was going to go violent simply because of its teaching, of its membership, of its methodology, of its philosophy, of its theology, of its total existence. We predicted it 6 years ago this month. It's happened. And we're using Boston as the graphic illustration in the United States that other Islamic centers are going to follow the model of Boston. They're going to go kinetic. They're going to blame it on ISIS, Islamic State, all of that. But you can't separate the essence of these mosques in America, particularly these Islamic centers, these Islamic societies, from the doctrine of the Islamic State. You cannot separate that. First, we're going to lead out with a little disassembling. This is an effort by a Muslim Brotherhood leader, Hassan the Boy Shibli, to somehow make up for real Islam, the real politic Islam, and repackage it in this flowery, kind of acceptable, little wonderful package that every man can follow. Take a look at this, then we'll talk about it for a minute, and then we'll go to Boston.
Silence! I kill you!
That's Hassan Shibli, by the way.
Oh, is that Hassan Shibli?
But we will get to Hassan Shibli in a second. Here we go.
And his video
he's not going to like that at all.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hassan Shibli with CARE Florida. As we know, extremist Muslim and anti-Muslim groups have twisted the beautiful message of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to incite hatred, violence,
it's the same silence I kill you.
conflict. One group has even gone so far as to promote a contest to promote division and hatred by offering a $10,000 prize
Picture of Pamela
to
Geller
whoever
head up.
can draw the most insulting image attacking the blessed
The
Prophet
most insulting
Muhammad
image. That wasn't
ﷺ.
true.
That wasn't true.
Well, none of
you know
this
what?
is true.
Surely their hatred
Pretty
is
good
not
production
greater than our
values.
love. And their determination to sow division and hostility across cultures is no greater than our determination to promote tolerance, understanding, and mercy. Therefore, we are launching the Beauty of Muhammad campaign with a $10,000 grant to fund the best
Listen to, like, the
projects
church
submitted
music
to
in the
promote a
background.
greater understanding of the beautiful message
Where's this
of
sitar?
mercy.
We gotta enter this, man.
We got to enter this
Yeah.
We welcome people of all different faiths and backgrounds
Oh.
to participate in this contest to promote greater
Except
interfaith,
the United West. They can't
understanding,
participate.
and respect.
Be creative. We will fund the best and most creative campaign that will foster a greater appreciation and understanding of the beauty of Prophet
draw
Muhammad's message of
Muhammad?
mercy, sallallahu alaihi
Are they
wasallam,
asking
get it.
to
I don't
reach
get it.
most people. In addition, we are casting a call for you to submit a short video about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi
Hold on,
wasallam.
He's doing a video of Muhammad? Oh my God! Stop it right there, just a second. He's asking. Oh, I got to repeat
Hello,
that.
what are
He's
you doing
asking
this
for a
weekend,
video.
Mark?
Oh, I don't know. We're gonna do a video. Let's see.
You want to do a Muhammad video with me?
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which will reach the most people. In addition, we are casting a call for you to submit a short video about and we will offer a $1,000 award.
Oh, money.
Visit
We can use it.
to learn more about the Prophet Muhammad. Submit your proposal or video for these contests. Share this video to encourage more people.
Oh, okay.
We believe in the marketplace of ideas, and we believe that ideas promoting understanding and tolerance will defeat those promoting
Let's do
hatred and prejudice. We believe in using free speech to promote understanding, love, and compassion,
Okay.
not in using it to promote fear and hatred.
Oh.
Therefore, let it be known that we'll respond to every campaign to demonize the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ with greater efforts to increase the public's understanding, love, and appreciation for him. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, what's translated from the Quran, that evil and good deeds can never be equal. Respond to evil with that which is better, and you will find that your worst enemies turn into your greatest
Yeah,
friends.
stolen from
Jesus like, but that's not Mohammedan.
Stolen from Christianity, but yeah.
Here, in other words,
Oh my God! Do
In
they
other
know
words-
what they're getting themselves into?
Look, what they did is this, and regrettably at 15 after, we don't have a lot of time to deal with this video, but we will, because we're completing our 2 weeks on Boston here. We will get to it next week, and we'll dissect what's going on. It's very
That's
simple.
a whole show.
It's a whole
Going
show.
over that 2-minute video, we could
Yep.
spend 50,
Yep.
the other 53 minutes of our 55
Yep.
breaking down practically every sentence in that and how it's
Yep.
not only false, but contrary to the truth.
Yeah, absolutely, which is what false means.
No, false can just, no, it doesn't have to be a polar opposite.
Okay.
It could just be wrong.
But you
not,
meant it
not
really
the
it's
extreme
false.
polar opposite.
I understood what you
180
meant.
dichotomy.
But the what they did is simple. When we were at Garland and all that stuff happened, they went and hired an ad agency or a PR firm. You could see he's reading a script somebody wrote. They brought it in and they told him, "You got to fight back. You got to punch back. We got to punch back with love." And they came up with this totally asinine campaign, which is idiotic, but it underscores the point we made earlier in the week that Islamophobia works. When they have to respond to what we're doing, they're on the run, they're losing. They're responding, they're losing. Now they're going to put out some crap about Muhammad that's going to be complete nonsense.
Well, I have a question.
And everybody in the world's going to say, "What Muhammad is this? What, are you making up your own Muhammad here?" You know.
Well, my question is, how are you going to do a video of Muhammad without showing any pictures of Muhammad?
That's going to be pretty interesting.
Oh, Assalamu alaikum, my friends. I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh,
I'm very
Abdullah.
sorry to be late.
Oh, God, hold on.
Sorry to interrupt the show. I am late as
No,
normal on
You
a
just
Friday.
missed
This
your
is-
buddy
yeah,
Hassan the Boy Shibli.
Oh, his son. Was he here?
No, only in digitally, only digitally.
Oh.
He came for a little while and gave us his. What is the superstition with you guys? Every time you say Muhammad,
Peace be upon him.
yeah, you have to do Puba,
Puba.
peace, P-B-U-H, peace be
Peace
upon
be upon
him.
him, you
Or
stupid
you,
infidel.
some sort of Arabic
I
that
mean, Tom.
I know you're Arabic. You're working on your Arabic, Imam. But it's such superstition. Like you say his name, you have to say that. Or what
It
happens?
is not
to you?
superstition. It is
lose
it
a
is a
whole point.
requirement.
You-
Superstition is for pagans.
Oh.
What we do is ritualistic practice.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that too. But right now, Abdullah, glad you're here because we have been following for 2 weeks. We had a couple of our guys in Boston, and we've been following Ahmad Abousamra, who was from the Stoughton area and wound up joining the Islamic State in Syria, headed up their video production. 2 weeks ago was killed by a United States military drone, a bomb. Drones don't kill you. The bombs they drop kill you, unless the drone falls on your head, I guess. And then shortly after that, a second Boston boy was killed, Usaama Rahim, by the FBI and the Boston police. He was on his way to behead Pamela Geller because of the Garland incident.
Oh, good for him.
He decided he couldn't get that done, so he was going to go behead some Boston cops. And before he was able to do that, he was shot at 26 years old. Now, all you Muslims out there listening, if Islam is true, this guy is in paradise screwing a bunch of young girls, virgins. I mean, dude, don't
Yeah.
you want to be there?
And
you
10
know?
virginal boys, too.
Now, if Islam is not true, and you're not allowed to even think that it isn't true, which is a hint that it isn't true, if you're not allowed to consider its veracity, if it isn't true, then he ain't in heaven with some pretty ladies. He's in the other place, eternally being tormented for his choices that he's made. People need to think about that very seriously and at least reconsider your
I'm just
religion.
happy he's dead.
Now, if you don't think it's a good thing to reconsider your religion, if you think you really got it and all that, and the scholars know, well, when you watch these videos we're going to show you right now, I personally was in Boston at the Roxbury Mosque asking the scholars these kind of questions and the serious Muslims these kind of questions about their faith and whether or not their faith is true, and listen to how they responded. 3 videos. We're going to show you our main point for today. Very simple. 6 years ago, we told you Boston was a rat's nest of Islamic jihad, and the Islamic Society of Boston is trouble. Now we know it factually. So listen to us when we tell you this stuff. Watch these videos. Number 2, please.
The only opinion that we're truly concerned with, the only opinion that we're truly concerned with is what Allah has said and what the Prophet Muhammad has said. And what men say, we disregard.
You don't care about whatever men say.
Men say everything.
You care nothing about what men say?
I don't predicate my beliefs.
Do you believe Israel has a right to exist?
I don't predicate this.
All right, what we're looking at, you got to set these things up. What we're looking at is part 2, video 2. We saw part 1 yesterday. And go back and look at our show from yesterday, which was the 10th, was it, or the 11th? What was yesterday?
Yesterday was the 11th.
The 11th. Today's the 12th. And as we ended the first of 4 parts, Charles Jacobs, who heads up Americans for Peace and Tolerance, who called this protest, I was there, Gaffney was there, Ilya was there. We went, we're on our side, across from the mosque. At one point, a whole group of the folks from the mosque came over to our side, and we were there by permit. We did not cross the street and go over there. They came over to us to hand us white roses and flowers and some sort of peace gesture. And we were protesting, saying this is a dangerous place. $16 million mosque, funded by the Saudis, built in the middle of the African-American hood. Yeah, what are they going to do at a mosque in the middle of there? What was that plan?
What's the address of that place, Tom?
100 Malcolm X Boulevard. The Black Panther, Malcolm X. And at the end of yesterday's show, we start speaking to Imam Abdullah Farouk, who's a very dangerous man and since has been let loose from the University of Northwestern where he was. Now, listen to the dialogue and the exchange between Charles Jacobs and Farouk, who both are in the same area in Boston. Listen to this.
Do you believe Israel has a right to exist?
Yes,
that's me.
I don't predicate. Listen, as a Jewish state. Listen, as a Jewish state. Why not?
That's good. That's good.
Why not?
That's good. Do you believe that wives should be?
Do you believe Hamas is a terrorist organization?
Do you?
Yes, absolutely. I agree with the United States government. Do you believe?
Listen.
Do you believe?
Listen. I don't know. Listen. I don't know.
Do you believe Hamas is a terrorist organization?
Please listen to me.
No, answer that question.
I don't know their opinion. I do know
your opinion, sir.
My opinion is this. My opinion is this here.
Ahmed, come here.
You let a sheikh speak with you. He's a sheikh.
Listen.
He's a sheikh.
Excuse me. I'm the sheikh.
Can I leave these with you?
Here's my opinion. Here's my opinion.
Here's my name.
Shalom, Imam Johari Abdul-Malik.
Here's my.
Nice to meet you.
I'm going to deliver the sermon.
I say salam alaikum. I say salam alaikum.
I'm delivering the sermon today. I invite you to come and listen. I think you may hear something different than what you think you're hearing.
Well, but I have heard bad things.
No, we all have heard bad things.
Listen to Ahmed. Ahmed, jump in.
But today's a new day.
So are you going to recant all the bad things?
I'm going to say some good things.
Well, I'm glad.
How about the Quranists? How about the Quranists? Do you support the Quranists?
defense of a cop killer.
What is a Quranist?
Ask him. He's the leader of them.
What's a Quranist?
Thank you all.
Okay, brother, look at me. Look at me.
No, you look at me. Listen.
Yes, sir.
Listen, I, as a black American, know more harm and more degradation than you would ever understand. So I speak on behalf of the Muslims here.
That's right. Americans who are enslaved under Islam and
no blacks. No, listen to the answer. Listen
all the people in Trinidad are black.
Listen to me.
Please listen to me. I was in Trinidad. I was in Trinidad.
Listen to me.
That's one word.
All right, one word for Ahmed. Sir, one word. Sir.
You're not listening. There's nothing.
Let him speak.
This is how these things go.
Listen to this last statement. Listen to this last statement.
Well, let him have a
No, listen to this last statement.
You're going to have a dialogue.
I'm not dialoguing. I'm giving you a statement.
He's not dialoguing.
There's nothing in the Quran or the Sunnah of Muhammad that promotes or condones slavery.
Good job, Charles.
Would they be allowed to build synagogues in Mecca?
So you agree that...
Now I'm walking around
Islamic Center that doesn't teach that Jews are the sons of
Charles Jacobs speaking.
or that to beat your wife is a proper thing. Do you know that they had on their website, and showing you how to beat your wife? You hang the whip above
You're not
the
coming
wall,
across.
so she can see it at any time, and so she can be the Islamic Society of Boston website.
So the news reporters are there, and we're telling them, go to their website, Islamic Society of Boston. All right, now watch this guy. This is amazing.
Put all this paper. There is no light here. It's only truth. But even yes, it's a guy, the founder of Islamic Society. He's now serving 23 years.
Oh yeah, that's
and it's a challenge.
How many you're Jewish?
That is what Israel. I am.
Is 100% of the Jews are good?
You know, we contribute.
I can assure you,
they're not about. Yeah, but
that if they have 10% of Muslim good, that's good enough.
The question is, what are you? That's the question.
I'm a Meccan.
No, are you a good Muslim or a bad Muslim?
I hope.
Well, let's ask some questions.
Okay.
Are you ready for some questions? Do you believe Sharia law is better than American constitutional democracy?
Here's a hammer coming in.
He's pulling you away. Why are you guys pulling these guys away? Give me a break. Give me a break. Let him answer one question. This is America. This is not Saudi Arabia. This is America.
I am a Meccan.
He could stay here and talk.
I am a Meccan.
Do you believe? Oh wow.
I'm from Mecca.
Do you believe that Sharia law is better than American constitutional democracy? Are you for the implementation of Sharia law in the United States?
I'm for the benefit and the use of every Sharia, every law to learn from and to suit the right balance for every place
in the United States.
And everywhere we need to use what is available.
So you want Islamic law to be part of American jurisprudence? Well, no, you tell me. I'm asking you. But I always talk to you guys and you slip and slide. I don't care where you're from. Don't slip and slide.
No, I don't.
All right, go ahead.
I don't. Unless you really
respect you, but we're arguing over this.
Let's talk in more friendly terms.
No, let's talk about the issues that divide us so we can then be united properly in a real relationship.
The Sharia is only a source, a reference that you have to always adjust as you move in time and you change into place. So it's something that's adjustable and it doesn't come alone. It's the book and the mizan is the balance. They have to weigh things and every circumstances and every time has a different balance according to the given issues. So it's what applied 1,000 years ago definitely cannot just be taken and copied for now.
So you're opposed to any sort of Sharia being implemented?
No, I'm opposed to misrepresentation of anything.
So you're for. How come it's so hard to get a yes or no? Right, look, you're busted. They don't want you talking to anybody. You know?
Join us and let's talk more.
Yeah, okay.
Do you believe that
He's got to go.
we should all conform to
The muscle is here. Drag him away. He wants to talk.
Of course. We respect it. Definitely. Definitely. Take this from me. If we don't respect this country and what this country represents, we should be out.
Okay, we can work with you on that. That's for sure. We can work with you on that. Thank you very much.
We got to follow up where these guys are.
Bunch of liars. Bunch of liars.
Liars.
Now, understanding this is years before the Boston bombing happened, we were saying bad stuff's going to come out of here.
Now listen to this.
There isn't any truth. I personally, I'm somebody that believes in.
Oh, you're busted.
But in equal rights, everybody has equal rights, and all we want is for us to have a healthy community out here. If I had the shred of doubt that these fundings were coming from conspicuous source, I would never have been involved with this particular mosque. I believe in it heart and soul, and I stand behind it heart and soul. And I know that it's here for a reason. It's here because the Muslim people, like everyone else, we've been living in.
What would it take to convince you differently that something you're following is erroneous and a mistake?
You can't come and take a stab at my belief system.
I asked you a
because
question.
I
asked you what
it
would
won't
it take.
take anything because I take offense to what you're saying. Well, I take offense at somebody that comes to me and tell me that what your belief system, what you believe in, is erroneous. That's what he just said. I will never. I respect him enough. I don't know what his belief system is. I respect him enough to not go there because everyone deserves the right to believe in whatever they want to.
Well, for example,
as long as
you're a devout Muslim, I assume, right?
You could say that.
And could you tell me the hadith? There is a hadith of Al-Bukhari. Are you familiar?
Pull you guys away all the time.
Just try to assassinate.
Are you familiar with the hadith? Have you ever read the hadith?
Right? I'm like hearing everybody talking about
here's the
what's going on here.
I would love to know where these guys are now.
Well, I took offense to what you said, but
then you're a weak-minded person. You may be a lovely.
I'm a weak-minded person because I'm telling you, please do not tell me that my belief system is wrong.
I didn't say that. Listen to what I said.
It's like the third guy to come in.
Anyway, it was a peace offering.
What would it take
you? Take nothing. You're waiting.
You don't like that question.
But you're welcome to come and join us.
You're fooling yourself.
Look at the other two choices.
Laundering money. Hassam, quit laundering money.
This is Ilya.
Hassam, quit laundering money.
His voice. What?
Yeah, that's true.
Hassam, quit laundering money.
Who's Hassam?
Stop. I'm chanting. I'm a protester.
Most of the time, activists.
Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Control them, Bilal. Control them.
No, women have to be controlled.
Women have to be controlled.
All right, now in order to defeat Islamic Jihad in the United States, folks, and the civilization jihad, where these interfaith issues come out and all this wonderful mumbo jumbo, and they bring you flowers, you're going to have to be involved in the street at situations like that. Simply going to have to do that. We're going to have to start protesting these violent. The mosques where violent activity is, standing around legally, basically saying, investigate this place, investigate these people. Has to start happening in a larger way than what is happening now, or they're going to get the momentum, and there's going to be serious problems. So we showed you a little bit of that to give you a feel for what it's like. It's chaotic at times. The men force try to keep the women from speaking. But if you go in with a couple of clear questions and just ask questions, you destabilize their whole worldview, their whole understanding, and you get them to think a little bit. That's the role of an activist.
There is no
here.
critical thinking in Islam, Tom. This was part of what you do last week.
We're not
we
doing
are supposed
interfaith.
To
this is not interfaith ministry here. This is busting up an ideology that's destructive to the United States of America, legally, properly, professionally, intelligently. That's what we're doing.
What's important about that last video, even though there wasn't anything shocking said, we were out there trying to tell, Tom was out there trying to tell people that this mosque right here, they built in Roxbury, there's going to be bad stuff come out of it. And he says, I don't know what the bad stuff is, but I guarantee you it's going to be really, really bad. Because everybody who's founded the mosque are devout Muslims. Every one of them is a devout Muslim. And they're going to do devout Muslim things to the city of Boston. And they did. How many years? Was it a year later, Tom, or was it a year and a half later?
Well, it was 2009. 13, the Tsarnaev brothers came out of that mosque and blew up Boston Marathon, April 2013. So it was 4 years later.
So, but
it's simple. Mark, your point is well taken. It's like sometimes after a day like this, all of us we go to a sports bar or something, have a beer, whatever, sit back, and one of us, I won't say who it is, starts to eat every crazy kind of food you can imagine, and we're going, dude, you can't put all that stuff into you. Bad stuff's going to come out of you, man.
Right.
Right. And a couple hours later, there's some bad stuff that comes out. Right. Same thing with these mosques. You put that bad stuff in, it's going to come out sooner or later.
In some way, shape, or form. We didn't know there was going to be a Boston massacre bombing, but we knew something like that was going to happen. Yep. And we've done this time and time again, years before. I mean, you said it was 4 years before. We said in 4 years, lo and behold, boom, something explodes. Same thing happened. We said that about the Muslim Brotherhood. Boom. Something explodes.
And why we're going over this now is because we're saying this is what the model of the Islamic Society of Boston, or Boston's Islamic Jihad Society, is the model that other Islamic societies are following, so you can actually track this stuff around the country, in California, in Chicago, in New York, in Florida. And you can see it. And that's what we're doing now. This is going to happen more and more. Now we're going to go inside the brain of a very sharp, very articulate Muslim guy, and it's a wrestling match between he and myself, and some others jump in. And the guy's pretty good. I got to admit, the guy's pretty good. But take a look at this. This is the kind of people we have to deal with.
Right? So that's what I'm saying to you. I asked you, you're saying you're going and talking, saying these people, this, and this people. Did you take my permission to tape me?
Don't have to. You're on public property.
Okay.
That's America. What country are you from?
Mind your business.
Well, in America, if you're on public property, we're allowed to take your picture.
Oh, really?
So if you don't like that, then you have to get off the public property or go somewhere else. In America.
In America.
So that's the way it works.
Okay. We started out on a pretty good note, I would say.
So anyway,
yeah.
First of all, this guy just screams dirtbag. I mean, you look, if you for your driving audience, you're looking at this guy just screams.
Well, not the guy on the screen now.
No.
See, that is the idea.
This guy in the yellow shirt's kind of a...
this guy. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I hope that you'll understand my story, that I have done my homework.
You did? That's why I'm asking you. I'm
very interested in finding out more about your faith.
You're not.
From you.
You're not. I'll give you my.
I've stretched this conversation in order to make room for.
Right. I give you my contact information, and we sit and talk.
Yeah.
You see? And I'll tell you at the end of the day. I'll tell you, and then you'll see at the end of the day that people that gave you this and put the camera in his hand, okay, and said, okay, here is your brain.
You're assuming that I'm a dope, and I think that's disrespectful.
No. Let me tell you something. I dismissed the other guy, and I'm dismissing this person because I think they are that kind of person that you're talking about.
I will defend Tom Trento. I'll defend the sister
you
here.
Can defend whoever you want.
As being people of intellectual probity.
What? You see, let me tell you something.
Conversation.
Let me tell you something. When we were in a position of moral intelligence, and we had the knowledge, okay, and we as Muslims, okay, and your ancestors, I'm sure you came from Europe. They were going to Italy, they were going to Spain, they were going to Cairo to study.
Oh, that is very good.
We were not.
I'm proud of that.
We were not holding leaflets of paper like this and saying Christianity equals crusaders. Go back to your country, you racist killers.
Friends of
right?
mine have walked all the way from Carlin,
although
Germany,
at that time,
to Jerusalem, repenting on behalf of Christians.
Yes.
I'm part of a movement called the Reconciliation War.
Okay.
And my people have damaged your people.
Okay.
That is something. I'm sorry for it.
Here's the handler coming back out here. Now he's telling me to go.
لا أنا عايز أحكي مع الميديا. المشكلة إن إحنا
little Arabic there.
It's okay.
So they understand that they have it on tape. The problem is when we do not talk with these people, because some of these people are.
جربنا يا حبيبي جربنا.
أنتوا جربتوا معلش لكن the problem is with Arabs in this country, either they have to kiss ass or they have to go on the defense. But they do not talk with people.
I'm really wanting to talk to a lot.
He may be winnable in terms of having a...
Winnable? How do you want to win me? You want to give me...
Having an intellectual...
Here comes another handler.
I will go to you, but I just want to talk because he's saying I'm winnable, so probably at the end of the day he's going to give me a cross and a piece of bread and say this is the flesh of Jesus. So I want to hear the story. I will.
He has his own brain. He can make a decision.
Control the message from a smart guy like this.
Every time this happens, someone starts talking, you'll see a handler come up from CARE or some other body and try to shut you down, whatever conversation. Their methodology is to go into a hole and hide when they run across someone intellectuul.
He's my brother.
I'd like you to join.
He's my brother.
He's been doing this with everybody.
I know. He's my brother. If he tells me to go, I will go. So don't defend my freedom to speak.
Well, I will.
No, don't. It's not your business.
What right do you have to tell me what I can't do? So this is an interesting dialogue.
Really?
And that's where I said you're winnable. You're winnable on an intellectual level to be shown factual information that may persuade you differently.
He comes back. He doesn't go anywhere. He can't. He's too deep.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Notice the Sabiba prayer bump on his head.
Taking you off camera for a little bit. But, I'm Tom, by the way.
I don't shake hands.
Oh, that's a clue.
You want my face because I'm on public property, so I'll give you my face.
What about...
And that's a clue with jihadis, too. If they won't shake your right hand, then the chances are you're a jihadi. It's almost like that.
Oh, this guy's a jihadi all the way.
Oh yeah,
I gotta.
Want me to sing a song for you?
Did you get his phone number for me, Tom?
I'm trying to. We got to let some of our folks see him and listen to him. I don't know if he's from Egypt or Syria, and I can't make it out.
Yeah.
I keep rolling because we have.
I don't understand the shaking hands thing. Is it a religious or just interpersonal or childhood? Some sort of childhood?
Right. Is it because I'm on public property? I have to answer your stupid questions.
No, you don't have the answer.
Actually, let me answer your.
It's
stupid,
also better when you're doing.
Let me answer your stupid insinuation.
It's also better to look at the interviewer.
No, I like to look here. I know because I'm talking to your audience.
Which is fairly large.
Right. Let me answer your stupid insinuation when you say I am Christian, by the way, not Jew. Let me tell you that you and your ancestors are the ones that have been slaughtering Jews for centuries. Yes. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The first constitution in the world that included Jews as part of a nation was the Constitution of Medina. Go and check it out.
Wow.
Okay. If you haven't learned that, and if you haven't known about it, learn about it.
What happened to those people?
In Spain, the Jews were doctors and were ministers. In Hitler's Germany, they were soap and soup, and they were slaughtered. Right?
He's alliteration. He's good, folks.
Yes, folks. So when an idiot with a camera tells you, yes, exactly, that he's insinuating that, I should talk to him because he's Christian and I should love him because he's Christian, but if he was a Jew, I will run away because I hate Jews. Actually, I do not hate Jews and I do not hate Christians. I have a verse in the Quran.
So you will talk to me right now instead of your little theatrical drama right here.
Right.
So can we?
You're the guy with the camera, not me. I came
to
pray. I found you in the pretense of your public freedom
the
and
smell of the
public
crowd,
speech.
the roar of the grease paint.
Right, like vultures.
Can I ask you a question?
So let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something because you and your friends are.
Sometimes you just let the camera do its thing.
Right, let the camera do its thing. Because all Arabs are pigs, and we're terrorists, and we're looking around to find an opportunity to attack America. Let me tell you a verse from my Quran that I worship with and I teach my children, and I hope when you edit to attack me and attack my people,
leave the verse in.
You leave everything in, not just to cut it to demonize Arabs and Muslims. The Quran says...
time to cut. Hold on.
ألا تروا أنكم تحبونهم ولا يحبونكم وتؤمنون بالكتاب كله ولا يؤمنون لكم. So let me translate it to you and to your audience, Mr. I don't know what. It says...
Can you get Ahmed?
Right.
I need a translation, yes.
Right.
You can get Ahmed. He's right there on the chair.
It says, don't you see, or can't you see that you love them, whether they're Christians or Jews, and they hate you? No, I'm just pointing on everyone.
Generic. Okay.
I don't care really. For me, you're Christian. The guy with the yarmulke, both are called people of the book, and you are part of my faith. If I deny you or your religion, or the Jew and his religion, my religion is weak.
We have to go back to the difference between the Quran
so when
and
I was talking with you, and I was talking on a civil way, okay, and he just...
I need a translation over here, if you don't mind.
So, and he popped his camera in my face.
Can you share that verse with Ahmed?
You're Ahmed Mansour, right? Yes, sir. Okay. I've been reading about you yesterday, to tell you the truth. And actually... And actually...
He was quoting the Quran, and so...
I'm saying Salaam alaikum in Arabic.
Okay.
I'm saying Salaam alaikum.
Right.
Salaam alaikum?
No, I don't.
Prescribed.
You want to explain to me?
He doesn't speak Arabic.
There's a prescribed response.
I think you're Arabic. You're Arabic?
Do I have to answer you?
You're speechless for a moment.
Yes, I know. Can you believe that?
No, ask him again. Well, let me hear this conversation.
I just told him that I was reading about you yesterday, right?
I'm saying you are supposed as a Muslim, as an Arabic like me, when I say Salaam alaikum, Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullah. I agree with you.
Okay. So you accepted my greeting, right?
Yes.
Okay. So why are you trying to make it into a theatrical show for people who are trying to just find something wrong with what we're saying or doing. They're not?
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a Muslim scholar.
Could you share that verse with him?
I'm a Muslim scholar. I'm PhD from Al-Azhar.
To be continued, the demise of Boston. We entitled the 4th episode, The Demise of Boston. 6 years ago, folks. Now, check it out, The Demise of Boston.
And what's important about that last interchange, and these might sound like subtleties, but they're actually very important. These guys come across as authoritative experts on the Quran, and I'm the one who speaks for Islam. I'm at this mosque. I speak that, and the guy comes up there and says, "Hey, I speak fluent Arabic. What did you just say?" He goes, I go, "Give me a break." I mean, these guys are con man. They are false. They lie, and they try to get you to believe they're BS. And we know it because we have the literal translations of what they say. We know what they're trying to promote and preach, and how they try to take it out of context. And that's the point. It's just amazing. It's just amazing how time and time again, it's the same repetitive fashion, same thing, and it all leads up to jihad like happened in Boston in these types of mosques.
Yep. And down here, did you see that the Qazi brothers were sentenced yesterday?
Well, let's roll this, and then we'll talk at the end. I want everybody to see the demise of Boston.
Okay. This is the part 4 of this.
Mosque or mask?
Yep. And it's all total.
This is Ahmed Mansour.
So that's it.
So I invite you to know more about Islam.
No. Don't. Hold on. I was reading your website yesterday. Like I told you, I was reading before they introduced you. I said I was reading about you yesterday.
That's good,
right? So you don't have to invite me to learn more about Islam, because I do not call myself a scholar, right? But I pretend that I know a little bit. But the idea that I was talking, you told me your name is Tom. David, you're David, right? The thing that when I saw him, I came to pray. I did not want to have controversy today. I just wanted to come. Even I did not. Usually I don't come and pray here, and I pray in different town. And I was going down to Cambridge to pray, and on my way I just had this.
Going to Cambridge.
You can call it divine detour, right? Maybe to see Italian beautiful faces.
To be in touch with me. Here.
Divine is good.
Okay.
Oh, Tom, explain what the Cambridge thing is real quick.
Well, let's ask Damon. He was in front of Cambridge the other day.
Yes.
No, not Imam Abdullah.
Damon.
Yes, I'm here. I was reading something. What was the question?
This guy came to Roxbury, but he was on his way to Cambridge to pray.
Yes.
Well, the Cambridge Mosque is the mosque that was founded by Abdul Rahman al-Amoudi and admitted Al-Qaeda terrorist fundraiser, and he's serving 23 years in federal prison. And here is that mosque. That's where he was. And he says, no, I didn't come to this mosque over here because this is not my mosque. This is my mosque.
They're
over
sister mosques. They are. It's the same names on both of them.
Islamic Society of Boston.
And this little place is right by Harvard and a couple of the other colleges. It's on a very unassuming street, slightly busy street. It's somewhat of a main road. It's not off to the side. And it is small, and we happen to be there as they're pulling in for their afternoon prayers. And I don't know if you remember my eyes shifting constantly during my little report from in front of there. Because
Roxbury, you mean?
No. At Cambridge, they were all pulling in, and my eyes, because as they're pulling in, they're all stopping, eyeballing Alan and me, and continuing in, but it's small. It was an old house.
And the reason it's a sister mosque is because they needed a bigger space, so they built it down in Roxbury. This is just an extension of this mosque.
Roxbury was something like 50,000 square feet, $16 million, funded by the Saudis. In the hood. They built it in the hood. So,
from the last ICNA Mass convention, that is what they're trying to do, is they're trying to use the the disaffected blacks to come join Islam, and
they tried
now
with
Black Lives Matter. Black
on
Lives
100
Matter.
Malcolm X Street.
Yeah,
you go figure that one out. Okay.
All right, now let's continue
We're
with
going to talk
our
in the
buddy.
future.
Really? That's good.
Yes.
Okay. I hope you'll make friends with Tom because I've seen Tom.
Florida Security Council. I am shaking. So
You should be.
right.
He's a peaceful man.
Yes, I know, and that's the thing. That's why I asked you. That's why I asked you a question. Okay, and I said it translated, reverse translated to him in Arabic. Okay. Do we?
No, yeah, you don't have to.
No, I'm not.
What do you think about
Let me
his?
tell you
What do you think
something.
about his reformation of Islam?
Let me tell you something.
What do you think about his fundamental purpose
Okay,
for living?
let me tell you something.
To reform Islam.
Let me tell you something. You heard me saying about him 3 times. I've been on your website yesterday 3 times, right? Did I say anything negative or
No,
positive?
you're hesitating. You want to.
Really?
But you're hesitating.
Really?
Yes.
So another insinuation first.
No, it's a
First you think
accurate observation.
Mr. Ahmed, just a second. So first, you assume that because I have a beard
This works
and
with
I
your
look
kids. It doesn't work with me. But go ahead.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Right. Let me tell you something. The same security training that you have here, whoever is training you, I have the same training. And probably if you facial analyze my identity or
Which has already been done. But go ahead.
right, or if I give you my information and you go to the FBI office and tell him what do you think of this guy, they will give you everything about me. Right. At the end of the day, whoever you go to ask about me will call you and say, let's sit with this guy and
Good
show
guy.
you where you were wrong.
He's a good guy.
Okay.
I got to.
Okay.
That's why I gave you the start.
But let me tell you
What
something.
do you think about his effort to
Exactly.
reform?
So you brought us back to the same point that I was talking
Oh,
about.
that's strange.
Right. You're a genius. I did not
Yes, now
realize
sure.
that.
Complain.
So the
Barbara.
first thing is you insinuated that I would hate you if you were a Jew.
Wrong.
I told you that's wrong.
But
right? And it
I said
doesn't
you're
matter.
wrong.
Right. But that's still your
But you
insinuation.
still want to believe it. Okay.
Now you're saying, oh, because he is reformist.
Yes.
Okay. And I said 3 times that I was on his website yesterday. So, and I have a beard and he doesn't have a beard. And obviously I'm a fanatic and he's not. So my image. No. I'm not. Please. I'm just trying to get into his smart, intelligent brain. So your perspective is right away that I will say he's the devil, he's a sellout, right? That's what you're expecting me to say because he's a reformist and I don't look like one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's true.
I regret to disappoint you. You don't win all battles.
Well, if I lose, this is what I want to lose. I want to lose this.
Don't touch me. I don't think it is your freedom.
No, that's true. I'm sorry.
Right. Yes. What's your name? Because you're smiling at me all the time, and I'm looking for a second wife. You know, because
I'm looking for a second wife.
No. She's been following me.
I'm looking for a second wife.
So it is a nice
She
change
works for the government, some other government agency.
from somebody who is.
Do you agree or not with his?
No, I am interested.
I'm just.
Like I told you, I'm interested.
I want to talk
She's
to you.
no, actually, you're smiling at me, and I'm looking for a second wife. So
That is
it would be
funny.
good. No, it's not. Trust me.
He's good. I like him. Do you? Let me ask this one.
Actually, I was
I'm
talking
gonna
with my agent yesterday.
I'm going
and
to
he
take
said-
one more shot,
he said-
then I'm running out of electrons here. Do
Well,
you
I
agree
can-
or
I can
disagree with
give you-
his efforts to reform? I've made an assumption, but I'd like it validated.
All right.
You agree or disagree with his efforts to reform Islam in the United States?
From Muslims, from within Islam.
From within. Yes.
Reform a Muslim from
According
within
to his
Islam.
website, I mean, I'm not going to tell you. I mean, you've looked at what he does. Do you agree with his methodology or not?
Well, since you imposed on me, and again, I'm talking to your audience, and I want to give you a perfect shot of my face so you have facial recognition and analysis as much as you want. Since you imposed yourself on me, you can answer whatever way you want. I think this is my freedom, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm curious why he's dodging the question.
Asking you not to.
Yeah, he's totally dodging the question. He totally dodged everything, and
he's completely paranoid.
he's completely paranoid.
Yeah,
he's completely.
watch how it ends.
Exactly. You see, this is the same thing.
Okay.
We're in America,
Well-
and I have the freedom to talk with you, and I have the freedom to flirt with this beautiful woman, and I have the freedom to dismiss this guy because he imposed himself on me. And I have the freedom to talk with this guy intelligently. I have the freedom to speak in
But
the
as an-
sun.
as an
I'm going to
intellect-
speak here. when an idiot shoves a camera in your face and he's insisting to show you as this
Shoving his face in the camera.
demonic, fanatic Muslim who's coming here
Let them talk,
to
man.
destroy
Let
this
these
country
people talk.
because somehow we hate this country, right? So makes me do not want to talk about it.
So I stayed here for 30 minutes.
Look at it.
It's boss? No, actually, I
Yesterday.
let me have this on camera. Is your?
I want to shut this thing off, but you're too good. Let me
I
tell
know,
you.
man. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'll give you my business card, and you can have all the time you want with me to
No, he never
Not
did.
answer questions.
right?
Hand it over. I gave you mine. I got nothing to hide. Okay, I'm shutting this off now. Am I going to miss anything?
You can always put it on.
Yeah, we have to redo it.
For the same reason. So let's eat a donut instead of because I
We
cannot
break
continue.
donuts together, right?
No, we do not. I don't make donuts. I wish I do. I would do not.
Break, he said. Break donuts.
We break donuts together,
You want to
yes.
break it?
I'll break the donut with it. Get this on
Take
tape.
all of it.
Yeah, pull it. Breaking donuts together.
That was brilliant.
Here, take a little piece.
You want to take
There's
a piece?
Ilya breaking a
You took
donut.
from him.
A gooey donut, here.
Oh, listen to this.
Blow themselves up and show the world how much pain they're in because of what you're doing to them. And I hope you got it all on camera because, like I said, those are American citizens going to pray. Just like when you go to a synagogue and pray, no one should be standing in front of your synagogue with signs talking about stop the extremism in Israel. Stop tearing down their houses and building homes on their land. Are you ever going to have peace?
You wonder how Ferguson came about?
How you gonna do that?
This is Mayor Medina. Since died. He was a complete useful idiot.
He just died, didn't he?
Yeah, died of cancer, but he was a useful idiot. This is our ribbon cutting. This is day one, man. June 26, 2009. Damon was there a couple of days ago. Now, what's that quote say?
People who will be out of their protest seem to be in here celebrating all of you.
Yeah, great. Our demonstration, you got to read this, was by city permit, completely safe and successful. There were passionate discussions, no problems. The Boston police were professional and helpful. Many activists from outside Boston came to stand with Charles Jacobs and Ilya against extremism. Get involved. Go to Americans for Peace and Tolerance up in Boston. AmericansForPeaceAndTolerance.org. Okay, gentlemen, got a couple of minutes. Your thoughts on the past 2 weeks in Boston and what we did 6 years ago.
Well, that last little interchange was actually, we didn't know it at the time, but it actually was a precursor of the future. That alliance between the Ferguson protesters and all that, we saw that many, many times in Ferguson and everywhere where they started aligning with a mosque and they started to come out there. And also this whole hate cops thing and all the this green black alliance, if you will, is ramping up.
Yeah, and they put this mosque 6 years ago, $16 million Saudi-funded mosque in the middle of like Harlem. It was Boston's Harlem, basically.
It is beautiful.
In the southwestern part, in Roxbury. And we see this alliance, as Mark's referring to. And we also see that Mayor de Blasio just the other day said, we need more policemen who are Muslims on the New York Police Department. There's 800 Muslims now in the police department. He wants to bring it up to 3,500. And, who knows what the vetting process is.
Just make the whole police force Muslim. This way there won't be any terrorism.
Yeah, you're going to see the same thing going on in Boston. But now maybe Boston is waking up. Our takeaway for this show, folks, and for the 2 weeks we've been on the Boston issue is very simple. Islamic Jihad is real in the United States. It's been enhanced, energized by the Islamic State's capability to mobilize devout Muslim believers here in the United States to go operational. Very simple. No big deal about that. And the Islamic Society of Boston, better known by us as Boston's Islamic Jihad Society, is a prototypical organization that's going to serve as a Muslim Brotherhood template around the United States. So what can you do about it? Get involved with AmericansForPeaceAndTolerance.org. Contact them. Get involved with us, the United West. We're building a team of people to confront these violent mosques around the United States in a peaceable, just like that, legal way. It's not dangerous, but it's necessary. Looking forward to it. Everybody have a wonderful, a safe, tremendous weekend with your family and your friends. See ya on Monday.